Ukraine-backed forces strike deep inside Russia, killing 3 National Guard members. For the very first time, Gripen jets are coming to Ukraine, marking a new chapter in military aid. Meanwhile, Moscow is getting hooked on China, selling gas at steep discount. Top international stories coming up. 3 Russian National Guard members killed in Ukraine-backed operation. Ukraine's main intelligence directorate reports that 3 Russian National Guard members, including a lieutenant colonel, were eliminated inside Russia on September 27th. The operation took place near the town of Tambukan in the Stavropol region with support from the Caucasus Liberation Movement. The lieutenant colonel, who commanded the enemy special unit Avangard, was killed along his assistant and the driver. According to Ukrainian officials, the Russian group was on its way to a military training ground, but it never reached its destination. Russia has lost a massive $100 billion. That's from Ukrainian long-range drone strike on its oil and gas facilities, The Sun reports. Military intelligence expert Philip Ingram says the attack don't just disturb daily life, they're also causing fuel shortages, crippling the Kremlin's ability to wage war. The hardest blow is to oil refineries. Every strike cuts straight into Moscow's revenues. Before the full-scale invasion, energy exports made up 40% of Russia's budget. Now it's closer to 30% despite sanctions already in place. In Russia, authorities are putting up metal frames and netting in attempt to shield oil refineries from Ukrainian drone strikes. Local residents have filmed storage tanks and other facilities being covered with anti-drone girds. One of the sites is the Kuybyshev refinery in Samara, which was forced to shut down in August 2025 after a direct hit. Similar images are coming from Slavyansk refinery in Krasnodar region, where plants of the complex are even being drafted with fishing nets. Ukraine is set to receive Swedish Gripen fighter jets for the first time. Its military will also be supplied with American F-16s and French Mirage. The announcements came from Ukraine's Deputy Minister Ivan Havryluk in an interview with BBC. He did not say when the aircraft will arrive or how many are expected. The Gripen is Swedish fourth-generation multi-role jet priced between $30 and $60 million. It is not as advanced as F-16, but is smaller and cheaper. Havryluk also reveals that since summer of 2025, US weapons have been reaching Ukraine through the Pearl program of urgent needs. Under this mechanism, Europe buys arms from the United States and transfers them to Ukraine. Several European countries, along with Canada, have already pledged $2 billion, and Ukraine has received its first deliveries. Meanwhile, the European Union will allocate €2 billion for drone production for Ukraine. The announcement came from the European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen.
If we continue to believe that Ukraine is our first line of defense, we have to step up the military assistance to Ukraine. Therefore, concretely, we have agreed with Ukraine that a total of €2 billion will be spent on drones now. This allows Ukraine to scale up and to use its full capacity, and of course it will also allow the European Union to benefit from this technology.
According to her, Europe must deliver a strong and united response to the Russian drone incursion at European borders. That is why the EU will propose immediate measures to build a drone wall as a part of the Eastern Flank Watch initiative. The United Kingdom will send counter-drone equipment to Denmark following a series of incidents involving unidentified drones in the country. The announcement came in an interview with Politico, where UK Defence Minister John Healey spoke about the plan. The Danish government has concluded that the drones flying over airports in recent days were the work of professional operator.
There should be no doubt that we are facing a level of activity and aggression in the gray zone that is a serious test for us and for other countries as well.
He added that deploying counter-drone system in Denmark is necessary in response to drone attacks observed at its main airport and regional airports. Reports say France, Germany and Sweden will send troops and counter-drone systems to Denmark to boost security for European summit in Copenhagen this week. Denmark has also banned all civilian drone flights across the country airspace due to the European Political Community Summit. The Kremlin is sneaking even deeper into Chinese dependency. Russia is selling gas to China at far lower prices than it charges Turkey or European customers. But this shift cannot be made up for the loss of Western markets following the invasion of Ukraine, Bloomberg reports. Russia expects that gas sales to China will generate lower profits than supplies to Western markets, highlighting the risks of Kremlin's growing dependence on the Asian partner. According to forecasts from Russia's Ministry of Economy, prices for China will be at least 27% lower than those for Turkey and several remaining European customers over the next 3 years. By 2025, the gap could reach 38%. These figures show that pivoting to China has not made up for the loss of most European markets following Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022, Bloomberg reports. Gas flows to the West were once Gazprom's main revenue sources. Now, with the new large contracts with China, the company is even more reliant on the Asian market.
Prices for China are objectively lower than for Europe because gas fields feeding the Asian route are closer to the customer.
Pipeline deliveries through the power of Siberia are expected to grow by more than 20% in 2025, reaching the project's full capacity of 38 billion cubic meters per year, Bloomberg adds. Gazprom and China National Petroleum Corporation have also agreed to increase annual supplies along this route by 6 billion cubic meters. That's it for now. If you like this video, please subscribe and let us know what do you think in the comments.